What is up guys, Woo here, back again with another Division 2 build video. And before I really start going into the build, I'm just going to show you something very quickly. You've seen some gameplay, so you kind of know where I'm going with this build. Let me just chuck my little friendly turret down there and you can stay there and say hello to the neighbours and you can watch them get shocked. Now guys, this build is a PvE build. A lot of fun. A lot of fun with this build. It deals, yes, some damage. You have 2 damage skills and that will deal some decent damage. The turret, I feel now in 9.1 is really top tier. It was kind of decent already, but now I feel it's had a nice buff. It feels kick-ass, and again, especially for legendary content, the turret is a really awesome skill to use. And in this, guys, you can see I'm shocking these bad boys and I'll just continue shocking them all the damn time. It's a fun build. Legendaries, heroics, this is a really good way to go. It offers so many status effects, and this is just the one skill, may I add. I'm not throwing down a second one just yet. So guys, yes, if you enjoy the video, thumbs doodle. It helps. It helps the channel, it helps the video get some traction so more people see it on YouTube and then get to see me and Woo being off meta. And of course, if you are new to the channel, drop the Woo bomb on the sub button, ding that notification bell to be notified when I upload my shizzle. Guys, let's woo this. Okay then peeps, enough of the shock in the background, let's look at the build. Now guys, Nerf gun specialization. That is my go-to on this build. It works a blinking treat because I want some survivability, it's needed. And also, yeah, I want to be able to deal some damage with my chosen skills. So the 2 skills I've opted for are the Hive Stinger and the Assault Turret. The Assault Turret does some work, it really does. And then we have the Hive Stinger, dealing nearly 1.1 million damage as base. Yeah, it's pretty tasty, given I'm running 2 talents on the chest piece and backpack that don't really offer any extra DPS, any extra skill damage. But yes, guys, you can see 0 offensive, 1 defensive, and 5 utility stats. And as you can see, I'm skill tier 6. Ultimately, rolling with Technician, you can use 1 piece as armor or offensive. And that gives you some extra survivability or some extra damage with your weapons. So guys, I've opted for some survivability on this setup. And it does a treat for me and the build. Let's go through the gear. The mask is Golden Gear. And this brand set will grant me 10% status effects. And again, this is a status effects build, so I want to prolong the damage as long as I can. So Golden Gear 1 piece is just kind of essential on the setup. You see, this is a God Roll armor piece. It is God Roll skill damage, and it ain't too bad status effects, just 0.8% away from being happy days. And a nice 11.3% skill haste utility mod. The holster is Hana Yu, and that's 10% skill haste, 10% skill damage, and again, if you look at the attributes, again, they're also quite nice, quite helpful on the build. Kneepads are Wyvernware. Again, I'm rolling with a 2-piece, and that's skill damage and status effects. Status effects are key because I want to prolong damage, of course. And again, skill haste is also key because I want the skills back quicker. And you see, this is a nice, it's just got roll pair of knee pads. The gloves are Hana Yu, the 2nd piece, and that's skill damage and 9.9% status effects. Yeah, guys, I stress about this. Sleepless nights about this pair of gloves because 0.1%. Anyways, it's perfect. Exactly what I want on the setup. Now, the backpack is the 2nd piece of Wyvernware, and this is nice because I've got a better backpack with Creeping Death on. Guys, I've been searching long and hard, and when it dropped for me, happy days. You see, I was a very happy man. Skill tier 1, status effects 8.8%, 10% skill damage, 11.6% skill haste mod, and you guessed it, Creeping Death. When you apply a status effect, it is also applied to all enemies within 8 meters of your target. 15-second cooldown. So every 15 seconds, I'll be spreading status effects galore with this build. It's, yeah, Creeping Death. A lot of people see this as situational. I think this is a top tier talent, guys. Let me know what you think below. A lot of people could say that Acosta's go back. That's an option, of course it's an option. And then you say Shock and Awe, and Shock and Awe will deal more damage, of course it will. But Creeping Death, I do, it's just, yeah, it's kind of dreamy. I love Creeping Death as a talent. I just feel it has so much value, and especially since it's been buffed in the most recent patches. And it went from 5 meters to 8 meters, and the cooldown was 20 and been reduced to 15. Great, love love Creeping Death. But of course, guys, you roll with whatever you want to roll with. But I like Creeping Death. Now the chest piece. It is ultimate armament, which isn't going to help at all. But still, this is the best chest piece I have with this talent on. So it is what it is. Skill tier 1. 10% status effects, 9% skill damage, and 11.1% skill haste as a mod. The talent tamper-proof. And you've seen in the range what that bad boy will continually do. We will shock enemies. The arm time is 2 seconds. The cooldown is 10 seconds. And again, that's happy days. I'll just continually shock these big fat baddies or engineers or just generic grunts, whoever they are, they will be shocked. And I find this is so useful in PvE. Heroic missions. There's still people learning the ropes. And again, I love status effects. I do. It's kind of one of my best setups. I really enjoy delivering a lot of status effects. And this is a really, really fun build. The talent tamper-proof. Enemies that walk within 3 meters of your hive turret or remote pulse are shocked. Yes, guys, once they're shocked, happy days, your teammates can DPS them. You can either get past them, pick an enemy up. Pick an enemy. We don't pick those bad boys up. Pick a teammate up. Yeah, all this is possible with this setup. And it's nice. It is really, really nice. Don't get me wrong. It is not the best chest piece talent. I will tell you how it is. What I am telling you, though, it is situational, but it is so much fun rolling with this. And again, once you watch this video, test it in PvE. Tell you what, test it in a legendary mission. Tell me what you think. Is it possible to run tamper-proof? And I'm telling you it is. And it's a lot of fun. But of course, that's just me. Little old me. Now guys, let's look at the weapons. Surge, Perfect Spike. Goes hand in hand really. I want to deal damage as well on the builds. And this helps. Perfect Spike, an extra 25% skill damage for a headshot. 8 seconds. Just continually pop headshots. You've got the extra damage. Again, works a treat. The only thing I'd add is if you can reroll headshot damage, 2 damage to armor, that will only increase the damage output from your skills. So that is something to bear in mind. I've been a douche and I've rerolled the wrong thing. I know, shoot me please. But damage to armor is key. Get it on, it'll help. My secondary is the Baker's Dozen. Now, this is not going to increase my skill damage, only but for the 6% armor, which is damage to armor. That will help, of course. But I'm using this because I do feel this is super duper strong. Even though it has been nerfed, in inverted commas, this has worked a treat for me. I've been rolling with a glass cannon build. I'm going to share in a couple of days, which is a glass cannon shock and awe backpack, which does a lot of damage. You are super duper squishy, but I'm hitting 1 million crits with the Baker's Dozen. So yeah, it's strong. So don't discount it just yet. Try it, see what you think, but I do really enjoy the Baker's Dozen. I think it's still a super rifle, and I'm a bit of a rifle man, so it is what it is. And with this, again, it's got the talent, Perfect Lucky Shot. Magazine capacity is increased by 30%. Missed shots from cover have a 100% chance to return to the magazine. And when you have potato aim, like me, then this is really great. In terms of the mods, on the Surge, it is critical hit chance, rounds, critic chance, and more critic chance. On this, it is critical hit chance, optimal range, and critical hit chance. And the sidearm is the backup boomstick, and if you watch my content, you know it's here because I like the look of this bloody weapon. Do we use it? Of course I don't. Now guys, the skills. The secondary skill is the Hive Stinger, 2.6 second reload speed. Again, I know this can be a little bit shorter, but I wanted a bit of status effects on there. I really did. So it is what it is. 18 charges, 1.082 million damage. Nice. That is nice. And then we have, in terms of mods, damage, stinger charges, and health. Now the primary skill is the Assault Turret, which does some bloody work in PvE. It really does. I recommend you testing this out. It's still a lot of fun. 13.9 second cooldown, 118k damage, that's base of course. In terms of mods, damage, skill haste, and health. And then let's take a look at the stats, just to finish up. Stats are always nice. Stats, I believe my skill haste is around about 70%, which is not bad. I'd like a bit more, wouldn't we all? But still, I've opted to a little bit of status effects because I want to prolong that damage over time. Yeah, 69.2% status effects. But guys, I'm really enjoying this build. Really enjoying this build. It's a lot of fun. Again, I'm not top of the leaderboard, but I'm not one of the, you know, it's not a dick measuring contest, guys. It isn't. It's all about team synergy. And I feel this build offers your team so much control because you've got the shock, which will keep them in place, and then you have the bleed, creeping death. You are spreading these status effects, which means you're dealing damage, and of course, your teammates can cause some carnage with this, with you on your side, and you have survivability. So guys, yes, if you enjoy the video, thumbs doodle. Want to see more content from me and not subscribe? Woo bomb on the woo button, yeah, and that as well. The sub button, ding the bell to be notified when I upload, guys. See you in the next one. Peace.